Da det en gutt som blir glad, tror jeg. Nå skal Tim spille igjen en liten videohilsen til en som heter Josse, som har bursdag. Og han har fått en United-tur i bursdagsgave fra familien sin. Så nå tror jeg han blir overrasket når han får høre det her.
I helgen har jeg fått en kjempehyggelig henvendelse på Snap. Det er en gutt som heter Josse, som fyller 10 år nå i august. Han er selvfølgelig United-supporter, stor fan av David De Gea. Han har fulgt med på nettserien 100% United som han er med på, og liker de tingene som jeg driver med da, som United-supporter og deler og er fan av det. Så tenkte jeg skulle spille inn en liten bursdagshilsen til han på 10-årsdagen, som jeg håper han setter pris på. Så det gleder jeg meg til.
Ble det bra?
Hæ?
Blir Josse fornøyd nå?
Håper at Josse blir fornøyd da. Det er jo morsomt det da, at han er...
Egentlig så er du litt misunnelig på Josse, kanskje?
Ja, hvorfor skal ikke vi på United-bøten egentlig?
For
det er kult å overraske Josse nede i Manchester på United.
Ja.
Det er kult å høre, det var morsomt å få lov til å gi en gutt som fyller 10 år en liten bonusgave som han ønsker seg. Så det er kult.
Staselig. Får håpe han setter pris på det.
Ja, satser på det.
Hei Tim, tusen takk for bursdagshilsen. Hilsen Josse.
Hello Chris, could you tell us a little about when you went on trial for Man United in 1990?
Yeah, I was playing for a local town team, Burnley. I was spotted by a scout from Manchester United. I was invited along to go for trials in school holidays. Unfortunately, there was a lot of players there, but fortunately, like I say, I was lucky enough to be able to, or being offered a contract in 1990 for the next 6 years. So I got offers to go to other clubs, but obviously when Man United come knocking on your door and offering you a contract like that, then I was a Man United fan, and I didn't want to go anywhere else.
Proud moment for a young lad?
Yeah, very proud. Yeah, it was right at the start of the success really that the club was going to go on to achieve over the next 20, 25 years. We just won the FA Cup in 1990, and then obviously the European Cup, Winners' Cup the year after. Now they missed out in my first year when in the Premier League, but then went on to kind of unprecedented success over the next, I'd say, 20 years really. But that was the start of it when back in 1990 really.
Since United, since 2013, when Ferguson retired, United have been struggling for a few seasons. Can you share some thoughts about the trip from 2013 to today?
Yeah, I think there's been a transition of 4 managers, and there's been great continuity with regard to a philosophy and a strategy. David Moyes came in, had his own ideas, changed a lot of the club around internally. He lasted 10 months. Louis van Gaal came in with a different set of ideas, different set of plans, different set of players. He didn't last particularly long either. Jose Mourinho, different players again, different strategy, different playing philosophy, and now Ollie's coming in on the back of all that. So I think there's been a lack of continuity really.
Yeah.
Like I say, from a playing perspective, definitely from the football side of the club. And hopefully now with Ollie, identifying and being allowed to bring in good young British players, that's the way the club are going to move forward. And hopefully, but if Ollie doesn't stay, that strategy and that vision and that philosophy stays in place.
Yeah. You work as a sporting director here in Salford City. Can you tell us a little about your job here?
Yeah, so it encompasses everything with regard to the football side of the football club. So the first team recruitment of the manager, recruitment of the performance staff, sports scientists, medical, video analysts, etc. Development of the academy, development of the ladies team, and making sure that from a football side of things, that the strategy and the vision is what's the word I'm looking for? Is delivered.
Yeah,
that's the word I'm looking for, I suppose. In line with the business side of the club as well. So I work closely with the chairman, making sure that obviously on that side of things that, you know, from a financial perspective as well, that things are moving forward and the club's sustainable really.
Yeah. How is it to be a sporting director here with such famous owners like David Beckham, Gary and Phil? Do they support you? Do they let you do your job on your own?
Yes, no, they're there to support. That's some real, you know, obviously financially it's been backed really well.
Yeah.
But from their perspective of being elite footballers as well, they bring a wealth of knowledge and experience which if I didn't tap into and use, then I'd be stupid really.
Yeah.
So you know, it's probably quite a unique situation in football where the owners actually have all that experience. Normally an owner would have a successful business and make his money in a completely different business and then take over a football club with limited knowledge of the game, whereas these guys have got unbelievable knowledge of the game and experience. So like I say, I'd be daft not to tap into that and use them, you know, as a soundboard as well. But yeah, I'm allowed to get on with my job and you know, the day-to-day running the football club really. The most important thing is that, or one of them is that I'm there as a support for the manager as well. Take all the kind of like the work away from working with agents, working on, you know, the business side of things and letting focus completely on the football side and the development of the first team, you know, coaching program and working with the players, which is, you know, one of his main skills as a manager. Is, you know, Graham's got real good coaching ability, understands the players, understands what it takes to win promotions, etc. So taking a lot of you know, noise and nonsense away from him really, and you know, and like I say, help him to focus on what he's good at and what's going to be good for the first team squad.
United hired Solskjaer as the permanent manager last season before the season were finished. Were you surprised that they hired him and not a more experienced manager?
I think, reading between the lines, I think Ollie was brought in as an interim manager to kind of like plug the gap really. Possibly a more experienced manager was identified, and whether there was negotiations started with that manager, I'd have been very surprised if there wouldn't have been, because from my perspective as a sporting manager, you have to have those succession plans in place. If our manager leaves and, you know, gets offered a Premier League club, I'd be very surprised if he didn't take it. You know, I'd be amazed. So we've got to have, you know, all clubs should have a succession plan that the manager fits the philosophy and the vision of the club and where they want to, you know, or how they want to operate. I don't know who it was, or, you know, like I said, I don't think it was. I think it would have been Ollie right from the start. They'd have appointed him right from the start. But with the success that he had and the results that he had, you know, I think that the club were probably not so much pushed into a corner, but kind of like a no-brainer really to bring Ollie in and you know, and kind of reward him for the success that he'd had. I think he, you know, people going on about his experience and whatever, but there's only one way you get experience, and that's
the chance, and he knows the club. He's
absolutely
played and trained under Ferguson.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I was saying before that he's a student of the game.
Yeah.
You know, he just didn't do a training session and just forget about it. He actually jotted it down, took notes, took all the information from outstanding coaches as well, like, you know, Brian Kidd, Carlos Queiroz, Steve McLaren, you know, these kind of coaches, you know, the knowledge that they've got, and he knew what he wanted to do and after his playing career finished. And so, you know, he's not as inexperienced as people might think. And he's a bright guy, very driven, very tough mentally as well. So I was really pleased that he got given the opportunity. I think it's, you know, and like I say, the signings that he's made, the young British players, you know, hopefully, like I say, that's something, you know, that's going to continue in the future.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Salford City is an ambitious club. Where do you reckon Salford will be in the next 3 to 5 years?
Simple answer is I don't know, but from my perspective as sporting manager, from my perspective as sporting director, that we want to help, you know, continue to build the club, sustain the club, help it move forward, help improve all the areas of all the different departments within the club from a football perspective.
Yeah.
You know, we've been in place now for 2.5 years, and from where we were as a part-time club now to a full-time training program, full-time academy, ladies team, you know, and the level and quality of players that we've brought in, we've got to keep on improving that, keep on moving it forward. That's my vision, that's my aim and goal really over the next 5 years, to keep on developing every aspect of the club from a football perspective. Where that gets you, we'll find out, but if you can keep on moving forward, then hopefully the results will follow and see where we end up.
I think it's important to have faith in the project.
Absolutely, yeah.
Be patient.
You do, but you've got to move forward quickly and you've got to be innovative.
Yeah.
You know, Alex Ferguson, the manager, used to have a saying that, you know, complacency is a disease, and it does. It's absolutely crippling. You get complacent and you sit back and, you know, you think you've achieved something, you'll suffer.
Yeah.
So winning 2 promotions out the last 2 years and doing what we've done so far has been good. It's been, you know, it's been enjoyable. But we have to keep moving it forward. You know, we brought Warren Joyce in now as the under-20s development squad coach, who's got a history of developing unbelievable players at Manchester United. So that's the next part of the club, you know, to develop. Hopefully, it's young players, and like I said, there's no better developer than Warren Joyce. So that's kind of like you know, that really emphasises what our aim and what our goal is. But like I said, it's building those blocks and keep on adding to the program, keep on adding to the facilities, keep on adding to the squad, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And like I said, trying to keep ahead of the curve and being innovative, because if you do the same as everybody else, you'll end up behaving the same and you'll end up getting the same results as everybody else. We need to be different, and we've got to keep ahead of the curve, really.
Yeah. I think that if you want to be number 1, you have to train as your number 2, always, to keep that hunger up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, hunger, motivation, desire.
Yeah.
You know, our owners, you know, some of them won 12, 13 league titles.
Yeah.
You know, after 3 or 4, some people might think, well, you know, I've not just won 1, I've won 3. They went on to win 12, 13. You know,
have 13.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and so it's just having that desire to keep on improving, keep on winning. You know, like I say, keep on developing the club, really.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome,
for taking the time.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
And you as well.